All right, and example number 3 on section 6 of chapter 7. We're going to be looking at mixture problems. So here you can pause the video and you can take a look at this example above. So it's basically just combining two different mixtures and creating one mixture at a certain percent. Okay, so you can pause the video and look at this one. It's talking about juice and combining different juices to get a certain percent of another juice. Okay. All right, so ours taking rubbing alcohol, which is using isopropanol alcohol, and it's ideally 70%. So we're trying to get this mixture of 70% isopropanol alcohol, right? So say at first we have, we're adding 50% of isopropanol alcohol to a 200 milliliter of at 91%. So we have these two other ones, okay? So one is a 50% mixture, and we have a second one that is a 91% mixture. And we know we have 200 milliliters of this 91%, but we don't know how much of this one, right? So we want to know how much of this 50% do we add into this 91% in order to kind of dilute it. So we're adding this together in order to get to a 70%. Okay. So one way, we don't know how much we're adding here, so we can put an X there. One way to do it is do it with this diagram. So we can see that we're adding this 50% of so much to this 200 milliliter at 91% in order to drop this 91 down until it comes to 70. So how much of the 50% do we have to add in order to bring that 91% down to 71? Okay, so one way to do it is kind of like this table. Like that, one way is just do it with the diagram, right? I need to take, and when we're mixing these, I just want to put these as decimals. So move this over as well. Okay, and then so how much of isopropanol do we have of this one? Well, we don't know how much we're adding, so x times 0.5 is 0.5x. And then 200 times 0.91 is 182. So we're going to add those together to get a mixture of a certain amount at 0.7, right? So what's that certain amount? What are the amounts that we're adding? So here's where you can do your table. So you have your amounts, and then you have your percentage, and then you have your totals. Okay, so the amount, I have two different mixtures, mix 1 and mix 2. Okay, so the amount of this mix 1, say this is the this percentage here. Okay, so mix 1 we can say is the amount is this first one, x, and we know our percent is 0.5. And then we know our mix 2, we know we're going to put in 200 at 91%. Okay, so then when we multiply these, we get 0.5x, and we get 182. And we know when we add these together, we want to get a 70% mixture. I'm out of room here. I'm moving it over for you. We know we want to get the total percent of 0.7. But what's my mixture? Well, I need to add these two together, right? So I get a x plus 200. So my amount should be x plus 200. And my mixing total should be a 0.5x plus 182. And then how I normally get those, don't I multiply these two just like I multiplied these two to get this 181, and I multiplied these two to get this 0.5x. I would need to multiply these two to get to this 0.5x plus 182. So then I can multiply that, 0.7x plus what's 0.7 times 200, 70% of 200, 140, and that should equal 0.5x plus 182. Now it's just a linear equation, right? So it's just a linear equation. So I can subtract 0.5x on both sides, subtract 0.5x, I get 0.2x minus 140, minus 140, 140, and that would be 42. Divide by 2, or divide by 0.2. I can just move the decimal over there, and I get 120 And so not 122. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So 210. So I should get 210 as a mixture amount. So I should have 210 milliliters of 50%. So that's what I need to add, this much to dilute that 91 down to 70 to get my isopropanol alcohol at the correct percent of 70%. Okay, so it's a little bit tough. You want any type of mixtures, you're going to be multiplying your percent by your amount. Okay, and then you have two different things that you're adding, so you want to add those two amounts, and so it's usually going to be x plus some number, and then you want it as a certain percent, so you're going to take that percent times that amount, and you're going to set it equal to what your mixture total should add to be.